This is Minecraft PvP, a subsection of Minecraft where people spend months practicing, researching, and dominating their respective subcategories. And this is me, someone who really isn't good at all of that. But if I want to dominate the SMPs that I joined, then I'll need to learn how to PvP. So I picked out 3 subcategories that I'll be dedicating the next 2 weeks of my life to mastering. And at the end of the 2 weeks, I will be getting tier tested to see how much I really improve. On top of this, I will be joining my first SMP soon, pressuring me to learn PvP the best that I can. So, with everything on the line, joining an SMP soon, and getting tier tested in 2 weeks, let's see if I can really become a Minecraft pro.
Oh my god, did you see that?
So, the first kit that we're going to be using is a kit that I have a little bit of experience with, Mace. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I used an elytra mace to destroy my enemies. Well, the same rules apply here, there's just a little bit more tech we need to use. Now, since my last video, I have been playing this kit quite a bit, and I have learned most of the tech required. This includes elytra macing, attribute swapping, and whatever the hell this is called. So, in order to get a benchmark of my skills, I'll be running a few test runs in order to get a starting point for this kit. Alright, let's get a test. Mace test. Oh my god, you should have died there. Oh. Fight. Why did we leave? Well, that was something for sure. Apart from people leaving every game that I queued, I was also just very inconsistent. Anyway, apart from that, I could identify 4 main issues with my Mace gameplay. Now, one of them is just a skill issue, so that leaves 3. The first one of these problems, and probably the least important, is stun slamming. Now, this is only used every once in a while, but it is nice to be able to do this consistently. The next issue is pearl catching. Whenever I'm in situations like these, it's nice to be able to try to get an extra hit on the opponent while making it so it's harder to hit me. Now, for the last issue, and by far the most important one, is height. The Mace kit is built around height, so constantly letting the opponent get higher than me is not good. Well, now that we're done identifying the problems, it's time to work on them. The first problem is stun slamming, and for that, I can just download this map right here. But the other two are a little bit more tricky, They're more of mental problems than physical problems, so I'll just have to play the Mace kit more often in the upcoming days. Okay, well, now with everything on the Mace figured out, it's time we go to our second kit. This kit is the SMP kit, essential for anything you want to do on any SMP. And I think that we should go through a few test runs just to see where we are initially. Alright, let's see where we're at. Oh bro, this shit's gonna suck so bad. Oh. Oh, goddamn. Okay, this guy's a little better. Bro, it's the same guy. Now, once again, I found 3 problems with my PvP. The first one is shield breaking. It's essentially where you switch to your axe and click and break their shield with less of a cooldown. The second problem is just critting more. I'm pretty good with comboing and sword PvP, so I don't really stick to critting, but I do need to implement it if I want to win. And the last one is just my aim. I mean, look at this, bro. So for shield breaking, I can once again just use this map right here. And for critting, that's kind of a mental thing, so I'll just have to remember that in game. And for aim, I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Alright, well, it's been a while since the last recording. There's been a lot of stuff going on, like finals and the fact that I was sick for a week. And with all that time wasted, I've had to make a few hard decisions about this video. Originally, I was going to do either UHC or Diamond SMP so I could work in cobwebs, but I'm just not going to have enough time to fully learn how to do those kits. So I've decided to replace it with sword, which is just a little bit easier to learn in this time frame. So no PvP montage for this one. I mean, I'm sure you know what sword is. But I did watch a few tutorials and I did start to practice whenever I realized something. This is when something started to click for me. Not only was this kit just more fun, but it was also way easier to learn. Probably due to the fact that you couldn't run away or be annoying. So I downloaded this map and started learning every mechanic there was, no matter how annoying it was, and just tried to do the best that I could. Every mechanic just pieced together nicely. Whenever you did something correct, it just felt so good. And slowly but surely, I started taking away every flaw in my playstyle and started learning other ones and how to counter them. And it was about this time that I realized something. I don't really want to make this video anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all of the kits that we're playing, but if we're being honest, Mace kit is just a joke, and SMP kit, just kinda boring. Along with this, that SMP that I wanted to join kind of fell through, so I don't really have anything to do, and I really see Sword as something that I could be doing for a little while. The only problem is this video, which I don't really want to get rid of, because I've already edited over half of it. So, with that being said, I'm going to spend the rest of this video learning how to master Sword PvP so I can get the highest tier possible whenever I eventually do tier test. Alright, so this is the map that's used to test your Sword PvP abilities, and there's 3 main mechanics that I want to learn for Sword PvP in just this short time frame, and that is comboing, jump resetting, and hit selecting. Now, you can work on all of these along with many other mechanics and playstyles in this practice map, but I'm going to be starting with comboing. Basically, whenever you combo, you want to keep the enemy as far away as possible while still being able to hit them. So whenever you combo, you don't want to move too close to your enemy, just like this. Now the next thing I want to work on is hit selecting. Now hit selecting is not hard, you just really kind of have to get the hang of it. And basically what hit selecting is as you see here, the bot is hitting me. And I'm just going to hit it after it hits me, so I can create distance and get it into a combo. Like that. Now there is a big counter to hit selecting, which is if you don't hit it at the right time, it does not work and they can hit you back. Obviously I don't have the bot set to good enough difficulty for that. But another thing that they can do is they can jump reset. And that will basically make your hit selecting harder to do. Now the last thing I want to work on, and by far the hardest to do, is jump resetting. Just basically the exact same tick that you are getting hit by your opponent, you jump, and you will not take as much knockback. It is a very overpowered strategy, and it is very hard to pull off. You see there, it's very hard to do. Here, I'm doing a little bit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and practice all of these things for a few days, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to see how well I do against other people. Alright, well, been practicing for a little bit, and I think it's about time that I show y'all my skills with other people's PvP. This guy's a little laggy. Alright, this guy is a little laggy. Probably just packet loss. But overall, he's not jump resetting, so I should just be able to combo him. The main thing I have to worry about is him critting like he's trying to do here. So yeah, critting is a big part of, like, my game. Or like what I try to avoid from other people. People really like to like back away and crit. It's the main way like you can get me, because I'm not very good at staying calm whenever we first get into interactions. Overall, if your entire strategy is to just back up and then jump forward and crit someone, like, are you really having fun? The point of Sword PvP is to, you know, combo people, get yourself into a better position than they are in. And if you're just backing out every time that an interaction happens, like, are you even like really having fun doing PvP? That's like my way of seeing it. So my combos are pretty good. We haven't faced anyone that on presets so far, so I haven't had to like S-tap for. Yeah, this is what I want to avoid with sword PvP. Is that right there? Like, you can just do that every time sword PvP. Just whoever hits the most crits wins. I'm really just looking for a tier 3, because I've faced a few and I've beaten some of them pretty good. Also, tier 3 is more likely to jump reset, which I really want to show y'all. Holy, I cannot aim. I'm really not playing like my best right now. I'll probably tier test whenever I'm playing decently well. See that lunge? Alright, I think I might have a clip of someone playing like the specific way that I want to show. So I'll probably show a clip of that. But for now, I think what I've shown here is pretty good. And is a good representation of how I'm playing at the current moment. I just have to hope that, you know, whatever happens in the tier test is good. I still don't really know how it works. But I'm just hoping that, you know, it really represents. I think I'm a high tier 4 to low tier 3, just based off what I've done. I wouldn't be mad if I got high tier 4, but I'm just hoping that I play to like the best of my ability and I can get low tier 3, which is probably not going to happen, but you know, it's what I'm hoping for. All right, here's that clip that I was talking about that I wanted to show y'all, and I just really want to emphasize this playstyle that this guy has. So you can see this guy right here, he is just spamming jump resets, which for me is really bad because my playstyle relies a lot on hit selecting and getting people into combos, and their playstyle kind of counters that. So I need to find a way personally for me to counter this type of playstyle. And from what I've experienced, a lot of tier 3s tend to jump reset more than other tiered players, probably because it's a harder skill, but also the people that are going to tier test me are tier 3. So it's a higher chance that whoever I'm tier testing against is going to do this. So I really need to find a way to counter this if I want to do good on the tier test. Alright, so I've been practicing like a lot, and I am very confident in my sword skills. I've been competing with a lot of the higher tiered players and actually doing really well, to the point where I genuinely think that I could be a really good PvPer if I wanted to. But with that being said, I'm also extremely nervous because this video is kind of a wild card. As you could probably tell, this video was originally meant to be something else, but it has turned into something completely new entirely, and since I've already edited most of the video, I don't really want to get rid of that. So right now, I'm just really feeling pressured to do like as well as I can on this tier test, and I really do think that I can do well. There's just too much that I think can go wrong, really, with doing this tier test like this, especially with how the system is set up, which I will explain a little bit later. but I am a little nervous that this video is not going to be as good as I originally wanted it to be. And honestly, I found the next place that I want to go in my video making career, and that is not this video. But I do want to get this out, so this video is probably not going to be the best that it could be, and it's not going to have the end that I want it to. But I will continue this kind of arc later. You just have to give me some time. This video is not going to be that, though. Alright, I've been practicing sword for a while now, and I feel pretty good. So I'm going to attempt to tier test. And you know, since I'm already warmed up and I'm doing pretty good against high tier and low tier 3s, I should do pretty good in my tier test. So, I know tier testing's a flawed system overall, but the fact that I have to sit in this Discord server, put on an auto clicker, and spam the join queue button for an hour and a half just to have a chance of getting tier tested is not a good design. And guess what? All that warming up I did, nope, throw it out the fucking window, cause now I get slingshotted to 5 in the queue, and now I only have about 10 minutes to warm up to fight a low tier 3. So, I did my best, and I really did, to try to get warmed up again, but it was just not the same. Every little thing that I had been practicing earlier was not there. But next thing I know, I'm already up to tier test, and I just have to hope all of the training that I've done pays off. First at 20. Low tier 3. Okay, got this. This was bad. He was just spamming jump resets, making my hit selects useless. If I wanted to have a chance at doing at least somewhat decent, I would need to switch strategies. He just hit a fucking 360. Okay, that was better, but he's still just spamming crits, so I really need to try something different this time. Well, I can do it. I know I can. But really, what am I gaining here? At this point, I'm just crit spamming, throwing away everything that I truly loved about sword PvP. And that's why I've made up my mind. I've found my passion on this game, and I now know what I want to do. And I know that if I truly trained, I could beat this guy and anyone who crossed my path the right way. And that's why, even now, I may lose, I may not get the rank I deserve, but I know that whenever I come back, I'll be one of the best.